Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh, fuck.
Stand up, stand up.
No.
Wie leise
Welcome back on today's unit review. This time, we are going to review on one of the best assault tanks used by the US Army in-game, the M4A3E2 Jumbo Assault Tank. You heard it, now let's talk about its historical background. Mainly this tank was developed before the D-Day landings at Normandy. The Americans expected heavy German defenses once they land on the beaches, so they have planned on developing a new tank which is capable of an assault role. At the time, the T-26E1, so-called M26 Pershing, is not ready for production yet and has been delayed several times, so they decided to modify the latest Sherman at the time, the M4A3 Sherman. Basically they still use the hull of the M4A3, but they modified the frontal armor by adding more armor plates to it. It is done the same as for the turret, downgrading its armament from the 76mm to the 75mm M3 gun. Only 254 jumbo assault tanks were produced, and little were seen in combat. And with that, let's get into the review, shall we? Firstly, we are going to look at its armament. It has equipped the 75mm M3 gun. This can be found in the M3 Lee and M4 Sherman in-game. At level 9, its damage to infantry is 371. Not that much, but let's talk more about it later. Damage to vehicles is 774, which means one-shotting vehicles is a no-no for this bad boy. Damage to tanks is 688, which means this thing JS bad at tank-on-tank combat on its own. Lastly, to buildings is 589. Not valid, but surely it will do its job. Attack speed for this assault tank is 3 seconds. At least it isn't that comparable to much more heavy German tanks. Attack range is 10 tiles, ideal for assaulting enemy positions, much like the Brumper. Now let's move on to its hit points. At level 9, its total amount of hit points is 6780, which is comparable to heavy tanks used by both Allied and Axis factions. But what makes this stand out against other tanks is its ability. Too thick armor. This ability gives a 100% ricochet from anti-tank fire, with a cooldown of 8 seconds. For most cases, this is ideal for itself as its role is an assault tank, so expect for the enemy to deploy their anti-tank units out when taking out this thing. Speed is slow, because of the amount of armor put onto it. Since it is a elite unit, it can be spawned on all roads. And now, let's look into which doctrine this unit is suitable of. I think the support ops is the best choice for this unit. Passive effect for tanks is only 2 riflemen accompanying it once deployed. Active skills include infantry support and artillery support. This is a deck I have made just for this unit. You may pause the video, take a picture, then add this into your deck of choice. This deck works perfectly in 2v2 battles. Keep in mind that I didn't test this deck out in 1v1, but if you want to, go for a try. And now for some advice. Now, why do I pick support ops in the first place? Firstly, the Sherman Jumbo cannot survive on its own, and so it needs to have support behind it. Infantry is the perfect support unit for assault tanks. Remember the infantry support active skill? Now pair it with the Rangers and you will have our ideal assault group charging the enemy bunker. Keep in mind that you have to place the Jumbo in front, so all enemy fire will be directly at it, while the Rangers will take out them without being fired upon. And one more thing, don't even deploy this unit when you are not planning on a full-scale attack with infantry support, or else your Jumbo would be slaughtered by anti-tank units. That's all for today's unit review, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you soon. commanders. Make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel.